In case we are on air already, good evening, everyone. I hope you had a good weekend. Okay, fine. I just testing. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'll just do one thing. I'll post the link on my Twitter and Telegram feed, and then we can start. Uh, so you know, I hope all of you had a good weekend. Apologies, we couldn't do YouTube live on Wednesday. We had a technical issue. I waited for a long time. It just didn't get sorted out. Thursday, I was a bit tired, so sorry we didn't do it. And of course, then I thought, okay, let me do it again. A slightly longer session, perhaps not 1 hour, but slightly longer session now on a Sunday. So I hope all of you are doing well. Thank you so much. We already have so many people joining us. Apologies, we wanted to start at 5, but then I had some issue, so we got a little late. Still adjusting the headroom. Okay, so thank you so much. First of all, let me just give you some internals about next week's trade, and then I will take some of your questions. Uh, I must say that I am now completely in dark about the market. I think I would just advise everyone right now to just stay out. That's my big call because this is a market which in next 3 or 4 days can easily go to 11,000 and can easily help anyone, and that's why I'm saying I don't know. So this market over the next 3 or 4 days will have either a very sharp move towards 11,000 or will have a very sharp move towards 10,000. One of the two will happen. Oh, and unfortunately, I don't know. There are two or three internals which are making me nervous. And while I normally say that don't preempt anything in the market, there are two or three things which are worrying me. For starters, the FI positioning has become from being net short aggressively to now net long, and they've bought in cash market as well. So once again, the market's become overbought. It's taken market 3 days to turn from being oversold to overbought. That's the kind of market that we have. And I think the bigger worry that I have is looking at the chart of India VIX. Now, if you see the chart of India VIX, I think for me, all of you, if you just study the India VIX chart, it's the most fascinating chart. I think this weekend's chart for me has been all about India VIX. I've just studied India VIX, and I mean, if you all of you are with me, and if all of you can just take out the chart of India VIX uh, and see, just see how it is. Perhaps a 1 year chart of India VIX, and I want you to add a couple of moving averages here, which is the 20-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. I want you to add these two moving averages on India VIX. I think what you notice for India VIX is it started rising somewhere around 13th February, right? 13th February, which is when it was almost at an all-time low, somewhere around 13, not all-time low. All-time low has been in single digits, but you get the gist. From 13, it started to rise, and then it crossed the 200-day moving average. And after that, it was somewhere around 17, which is when the big spike came to 23. And remember, after that, we had 2 days of rally, and the market almost went from down circuit to It recovered all the lost ground, looked like everything was okay. And in that period, the India VIX fell from 25 to 23. And then we had the dreaded month of March. From 5th of March, where it was on 23, it surged to 83 by 24th of March. From 23 on 3rd of or 5th of March to 83 on 24th of March. That's the kind of India VIX that we have. That was the market bottom, right? After that, the market's been recovering and the VIX has been falling. And if you say it's been a bit of a parabola kind of a chart for India VIX, it came down also like a parabola. Just like it went up like a parabola, it came down like a parabola. And now parabola is sort of flattened out. And now it's reached almost the levels on which it was there on the 3rd or 4th of March. Somewhere around 23 to 25. Okay, we are now at 25. And we are now at 200-day moving average. Now, if it takes off from here, which is not my base case, but if it takes off from here, this will be a big move on the India VIX. And if you were to combine this and see the chart of Nifty, see the Nifty 2008, 9, 10 charts, you would notice that we after the waterfall decline, we had a similar rally, and then we had a second round of decline. The point I'm trying to make is that we've had almost a 66% retracement, almost a test of the 200-day moving average on the Nifty. Perhaps some is still left, and we've had the India VIX test the 200-day moving average and almost at same level in March. And almost everyone is gung ho on the market. The retail participation is at an all-time high. Sorry, I think this got moved. So all of this now, I do not have anything to tell me that the market will fall, and I do not have any reason to believe that the market will fall. All I'm saying is that we are now at a stage where I don't know, something could come. I don't know. I don't know from where it would come. Perhaps the sheer fact that the virus is mutating itself as is visible in the stats. You're seeing big rains now, so uh, I'm not getting a comfortable feeling about this market. I've been very bullish on this market, despite the market had all the downtick and when the market even went to 9,800. You will remember I said that this market has unfinished business at 10,400, and I stuck my neck out on that, and I remained bullish despite the market falling at that point. Uh, so, and when there was so much discount on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty futures, there also, I took an anti-consensus call that the market will rise from here. But the markets had a big move now, and my only worry is that when I look at India VIX, I look at the Nifty charts, I look at all these, I look at the retail participation. It makes me nervous. It goes against my basic principle where I say that DM the market move, wait for the market to give you a sense. It's entirely possible that the market goes to another melt up. I if I was in the market say since 9800, forget about for half, I have 10,000 as a stop loss. That's something that you can do if you're and I'm making a loss to perhaps book half and put 10,000 as a kind of stop on the other half. That's something that now purely for Monday. Obviously, we didn't have the US market because the 4th of July weekend, but the Dow futures right now slightly down. Europe ended in the red. Let's see what kind of we get tomorrow morning. Of course, tomorrow morning, looking at the Asian screen and obvious other parameters, I would still present setup, which would be entirely for the day traders. I'm referring to people who might have some portfolio positioning, who might have some, medium term positioning that perhaps purely from a risk reward point of view, it makes sense for you to just take some out and the market goes. I think my internet is slightly weak today. The bandwidth is looking like a bit poor. confirm if that is the case because you know, take some questions. Take some questions. Well, these show why HDFC Bank will always be the next HDFC Bank. A lot of people try to do cute things in market, but it's like Amitabh Bachchan is the Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan is Shah Rukh Khan. They, this is uh, they keep getting bigger. This is what happens. They keep getting bigger. They keep HDFC Bank because it's so strong. In weak times, strong will survive and sort of take the business from the weak, and that's what HDFC Bank. So that's what is doing, and that's what it is at HDFC Bank. Perhaps. Thank you so much, all of you, wishing me on Guru Purnima. I learned from all of you, and this is mutual. Thank you so much. There's so many times I write something and I immediately get it not right, so I try to sort of sort that out. So thank you so much, everyone. Put call ratio has gone from 1.3 to 0.9. Does that mean the top is here? I don't know which put call ratio you're looking at, Vignesh, because my put call ratio is 1.5. So I don't know what put call ratio you're looking at. 11,000 is short. Okay. I get worried when people say 11,000 is short. If you if you think something is short, that it's not market will have something in mind, and the market will do some kind of googly on you. The moment you start to think that you've figured this market out, the market gives you a jerk. I tell you, I've been tracking this market for 18, 19 years. There have been times when I've felt good about myself that, okay, I figured this market out. And the market just teaches me a lesson. There have been times when I've taken brilliant call on the market only for the market. So let us be all humble and let us not get into all this about short business. Okay. Nothing is short in the market. Only thing short in life is death. That is it. Now, Vedanta view for the week. I think for the week, I don't know, but I think Vedanta has bottomed out. Unless you see some global catastrophe, Vedanta has bottomed out because there's going to be, of course, a delisting offer. Also, keep in mind that it's gone out of the Nifty. Normally, with stocks which go out of the Nifty bottom out, because of course that's not always the case, and you can't say the same about stocks like Suzlon, Yes Bank, etc., which are obviously uh, in a different league. But otherwise, normally you would have noticed Britannia, once it was first excluded from the Nifty, bottomed out. You've seen so many stocks which bottomed out after they were excluded from the Nifty. Cement stocks, all of them, when after being excluded from the Nifty, started to do well. Autocorp has had a massive rally ever since its Sensex exclusion. It's put on almost 25-30% since I gave you that call on Hero Motocorp. So I think stocks which go out normally do well. As I said, unless there's some catastrophe or something which we don't know, I think things will be quite okay. Uh, yeah, melt up. Look, melt up happened, right? The next last 2 or 3 days, the markets seen some kind of a melt up. I would still call it a melt up. I mean, I don't think that melt up call was wrong. Uh, I mean, look, 10,300 to 10,600 happened in 2 days. That is a melt up. Perhaps another 300, 400 points could happen. I'm not saying that it won't happen. It may just go to 1,000 as well. Retreat from for all you know. Also, 200-day moving average is right at 10,100. Perhaps another points. Who knows? But you know what? I am someone who always believes in leaving that next last 100, 200 points on the table for someone else. I always believe in that. I always believe that you should take your money home. Of course, unless your view is that this is a new bull market, which is what Rakesh Jhunjhunwala says, that this is a new bull market which will go to 12,000, 13,000, make new highs. If that is the case, then all bets are off, obviously, which is my bet right now. So, Motherson Somi, I think I made my view very clear on Friday. Now, let's see if this is a knee jerk. There are a couple of reports. The street is divided. One part believes that this is the wrong valuation. One believes that, look, the management is doing absolutely fine. And, at the end of the day, it's a knee jerk and the market will buy into it. Let us see. I think will find out. The Munjal Auto, I have not studied that stock, so not fair for me to comment on that stock. Yes, the Telegram video, I loved it, so I that's why I sent it. Uh, so that's why. Axis Bank, I think Axis is showing some interesting signs. My belief is that Axis has taken enabling resolution, but they are not still going ahead with the fundraising because Axis management is very smart and they believe that the market has a bit of a rally left in it and they want to raise funds at higher levels. Dangerous game at times because Uday Kotak raised money, ICICI Bank is raising money, everyone else has raised money. Axis wants to wait for a bit before raising money. Can be dangerous game, but I think they believe that they can get better price and that's why perhaps they are waiting for it. DMart, well, what can I say? I've been saying this since listing that once you get in a stock like DMart, you just don't get out. These are the kind of stocks that you hold for life, and then just of course, unless things start to change. Solara, I hold my view. I think that was not a day call, and I still believe in the fundamentals of the company. Sterling and Wilson, I never like stocks which give so much volatility. I think you're better off with some other stocks. Axis Bank, I've already answered. I think I'm getting a lot of queries on Axis Bank. Uh, Beyond DVs, I think DVs on bottom. I, I still stand by my view. Walk for a little bit. I'm off. This issue is not a big issue to sort of wall that, and I think it will bounce back. It's one of the strongest stocks that we have. It's the strongest stock in a strong sector. What will happen to Airtel now? I maintain my view that it's now in a bit of a trading range, 540 to 610. The moment it starts to break 610, which is where the promoter sold, it will have a next round of big rally. And you will see a big move once that happens. Indiabulls Housing, again, it's such a volatile stock that I do not recommend it for anyone unless you are nimble-footed, someone who can hedge it via options. It's very tough. It's very tough call. Yeah, I know there's a bit of an audio issue today. There's something wrong. There's a network issue today. I'm not getting my bandwidth. I think, let me just check if my it is. So I can feel it. I can sense it that there's something wrong. So, but I mean I have full internet, so I don't know why that's happening. But anyway, that's the that's the luck that we have at this point in time. I say, Pooh, I think in insurance, you would recollect, I have been very bullish on ever since the break of COVID because I've seen so many people top up their insurance. I have done it myself because I have, young family, and COVID is not sparing anyone. So let us not have any doubt in our mind that this is risky, and that's why all of us are taking higher insurance. You remember the call I made on HDFC Life from 500. We have seen that big move on ICICI Pru and SBI Life as well also are looking quite interesting. Okay, I think almost everyone is now complaining about the audio, so let's do one thing. We will have to sort of halt it here. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, we will see you with the market tomorrow and on YouTube at our normal time of PM. Thank you so much. Have a happy Sunday evening.